opportunity to make this important statement. As part of our nation's 65th independence anniversary celebration, and as part of the Heritage Month of March, Mr. Speaker, I have chosen to speak on the Savannah region, its historical and contemporary contribution to the political and socio-economic development of our nation, and what this nascent region offers in this Heritage Month of March. Mr. Speaker, on 18th April each year, the world celebrates International Day for Monuments and Sites, or World Heritage Day, to promote awareness about the diversity of cultural heritage. We in Ghana have, however, adopted the month of March, the month of our independence, as our Heritage Month. Reflect on our history, celebrate our culture and heritage, and promote tourism. Mr. Speaker, the choice of the month of March, and particularly 6th March as the Independence Day of our country, was not a mere coincidence. The day marked exactly the 113th anniversary of the Bond of 1844, which was signed on 6th March 1844 to regularize the de facto powers of the British, which had been exercised outside the forts and castles in the then Gold Coast. By this bond, the chiefs and people of the then Gold Coast recognized the power of the British crown over them. As the revered nationalist and astute lawyer and one of the founding fathers of our nation, Joseph Damango explains in his article titled "The Historical Significance of the Bond of 1844," end quote. He said, and I quote, "By the bond, a free people who were not subjects of the British sovereign voluntarily placed themselves under a binding agreement to the British crown," end quote. Having so voluntarily surrendered our sovereignty on 6th March, it was of great significance that we reclaim our sovereignty on the same date, and it is fitting that the month of March is dedicated to such an important part of our history. Indeed, it was in this same month of March, specifically on 10th March 1873, 29 years after the signing of the bond, that the then Secretary of State for the colonies, the Earl of Kimberley, first made a promise of self-government for Gold Coast. And even though this did not happen until after some 84 years, through the toil of our forebears, self-government, the 6th of March 1957. Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region, as we all know, is one of the newest regions of our country, created by the Savannah Region Instrument 2019, CI 115, pursuant to Article 5.1 of our Constitution, with a landmass of 46,922 square kilometers. It is the largest region in the country in terms of land size, constituting 1/5 of the total land area of our country. There are over 30 different ethnic groups in the 7 municipal and district assemblies of the Savannah region, namely Gonjes, Chumurus, Nawuris, Basaris, Vaglers, Safobes, Mos, Dagabes, Gurunis, Sisales, Grusis, Casines, Bimobes, Tamplumes, Hangers, Brifos, Mares, Pantres, Miwos, Batiges, Dagombes, Konkombes, Akans, Hausa, Fulanis, and Batos. These groups have lived together peacefully over the years, intermarrying and building families of mixed ethnic groups. Mr. Speaker, though new, the contribution of indigenes of the Savannah region to the struggle for independence and the development of our nation post-independence is not spoken about enough. When Achilo Samuel William Brymer, father of the late Joseph Adam Brymer, or J.A. Brymer, as he's popularly called, had the opportunity to receive Western education as one of the first people of Northern Territories under the colonial government's policy of providing education to, quote, intelligent sons of chiefs, end quote, in the 1900s. He devoted his entire life to serving the nation in the then Post and Telegraph Department. It was also through the tenacity and persistent advocacy of the lives of Emmanuel Adama Mahama, also also popularly referred to as E.A. Mahama, another proud son of the region and father of a former president of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that the colonial policy that compelled northern students to wear smock while their colleagues from other parts of the colony could wear any clothes of their choice was abolished in the 1940s. Again, the late J. Ibrahima was one of the 5 eminent persons selected to serve on the Kusi Committee on Constitutional Reforms, which led to the 1951 Constitution, the 1946 Burns Constitution, which had been described by many, including the first president of the Republic, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, as quote, bogus and fraudulent, end quote. Indeed, the Burns Constitution, according to the distinguished Yale professor of comparative political and social development, David N.S. Apter, treated the Northern Territories as quote, the stepchild of central Gold Coast politics, end quote, with the governor still legislating for the Northern Territories, whilst in other parts of the colony, the Legislative Council was empowered to enact laws. The contribution of J. Ibrahima and his colleagues to foster a united Gold Coast between the North and the South was therefore crucial and a key factor in the formation of a united Ghana. Later, J. Ibrahima, together with Yakubu Tali and S.D. Tombo, were sworn in on 24th July 1950 as extraordinary members of the Gold Coast Legislative Assembly, becoming the first indigenous person from the Northern Territories to become members of the Legislative Council. And after the coming into force of the Kusi Constitution in 1951, he was elected as one of the 19 members of the Legislative Council representing the Northern Territories. He was, Mr. Speaker, described by the famous political historian P.A. Liddicombe as, quote, the principal spokesman for the North and the undisputed leader of the Northern members of the Legislative Assembly, end quote. Although not a member of the Convention People's Party, which formed the government of the day, J. Ibrahima was appointed a cabinet minister and later assigned to the Ministry of Communications and Works, making him the first cabinet minister from the Northern Territories. It was under his term as Minister for Communications and Works that the preparatory works, design, construction of preliminary roads and rails for the construction of Tema Port was done, together with several other infrastructure developments in the area of energy, roads, aviation, post, and telecommunication. When the independence of our country appeared to be delaying, J. Ibrahima joined other nationalist leaders to oppose strongly any further postponement of independence. In reacting to the governor's speech in the Legislative Assembly on 15th May 1956, he said, and I quote, the attainment of independence by this present government during the lifetime of this assembly is but a dream. To them, independence is now a matter for the future, and the future is a land of hills and far distances, end quote. Mr. Speaker, J. Ibrahima was not the only person from the Savannah region in pre-independence politics. Indeed, E.A. Mahama, another proud son of Gunjala, played a very prominent role in this regard. He, together with many of his northern colleagues, including Lawrence Rosario Abavana, Adam Amandi, Imoro Yigala, and others, teamed up with the first president of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, during the fight for independence. Even though he lost the election to be a member of the first persons from the North to join the Legislative Assembly in 1951, he subsequently entered the Legislative Assembly in 1954, representing the people of West Gonja, an area where I have the honor to serve as its member of parliament. He later became Minister for Northern Region and then Minister in the Ministries of Industries, Agriculture, Education, and Animal Husbandry. Mr. Speaker, E.A. Mahama was a stalwart of Ghanaian and Northern politics during pre- and post-independence era. As Minister for Education, E.A. Mahama is credited to have contributed significantly to the expansion of education in Northern Ghana. The two prominent sons of the Savannah region continue to serve in the legislature of the New Ghana, championing the development of the North, particularly in the areas of education and the provision of water and roads. On 20th February 1958, for example, in reaction to a motion on education in Northern Ghana, J. Ibrahima said, and I quote, through what can the government wipe out poverty, ignorance, and disease not through education, end quote. Mr. Speaker, from the Second Republic, the lives of Chief Haruna Kebasibe, who served as Minister for Northern Region, and Professor Yakubu Saka, a former Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs in the Third Republic, played prominent roles in the development of our nation. In our contemporary Fourth Republican dispensation, sons and daughters of the region, such as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic, Honorable Alhaji Ahmadu Seidu, a six-time member of this august House, and former Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, Honorable Alex Seidu Sofo, also a former member of this House, and Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Mr. Issa Ketekeo, former Deputy Minister for Local Government and Rural Development, Alhaji Mohammed Muniru Limuna, former Minister for Food and Agriculture, Madam Otiko Afisa Jaba, former Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Dr. Abu Sakara, one-time presidential candidate for the Convention People's Party, Alhaji MND Jawola, a former Chief Director of the Ministry and Health and former Chairman of the Ghana Football Association, Madam Mercy Ewuntoma Aloba, celebrated and distinguished headmistress of Damango Senior High School, and a host of others, played varied roles in the evolution of our democratic journey. Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region continues to contribute significantly to the socio-economic development of our country. The region hosts numerous tourist sites which are worth mentioning, especially as we celebrate our month of heritage. The famous 4,577 square kilometers Moli National Park within my beloved constituency of Damango is home to more than 93 mammal species, including elephants, buffaloes, west bears, roan antelopes, the Fasa waterbuck, oribi, boho reedback, and red flank duikies, and rare and endangered species including the yellow-backed duiker, black and white colobus monkeys, leopards, and lions. The park is also home to some 334 birds, 33 reptiles, 9 amphibian species, and some 120 butterfly species. Mr. Speaker, every member of this House, and indeed every Ghanaian, should make it a point to visit the park at least once a year to enjoy the serene atmosphere of the park. Mr. Speaker, what is interesting about a visit to the Moli National Park is that you have the opportunity to visit other exciting tourist sites within the same catchment area, including the ancient mosque and mystic stone at Larabanga, also in the West Gonja municipality, the hippopotamus sanctuary at Intereso in the Bole district, the slave market and wells at Salaga in the East Gonja municipality, the Royal Mausoleum for Gonja Kings at Mankuma in the Bole district, the mass grave at Gentlepe in the Sola Tuna Kalba district, the black and white voter confluence at Lochira in the Central Gonja district, the age-old inland salt industry and the smoke weaving center both in Daboya in the North Gonja district, the Indewura Jakpa footprint site at Akamadi and the Indewura Jakpa temporary settlement site at Chamawurepe both in the East Gonja district. The serene and peaceful Zena Lodge, a first-class hotel facility within the Moli National Park, is ready to host you on your visit. Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region also presents a lot of investment opportunities. The agroecology of the region and the flat and gentle undulating nature of the land with tracts of lowland fertile valleys such as the Katanga Valley in East Gonja municipality, part of the Fumbisi Valley in the North Gonja district, and the Oti River Basin make the region suitable for large commercial and mechanized agriculture. A wide range of arable crops such as maize, millet, rice, yam, and cassava, cash crops such as sugarcane, shea nuts, mango, and cashew, as well as forest plantations like rosewood, thrive in this region. Already, the Forestry Commission is investing in rosewood plantations in Pupe and Bole. I call on the private sector to take advantage of such investment opportunities in the Savannah region. Mr. Speaker, the region also hosts vast deposits of limestone stretching from Pupe to Fufuso in the Central Gonja district, gold and other precious metals between Bamboy and Tuna in the Bola district, including the famous Dollar Power and Barrett and Brine in Daboya in the North Gonja district. There have also been exploration for hydrocarbons within the Votain Basin in the Central and North Gonja districts. The Debro area of the White Volta in the Central Gonja district offers opportunity for an inland port which is being developed currently to facilitate cargo movement to the landlocked Sahel countries. Bupe and Yape in the same district are already being used for that purpose. While Bupe is being used for the transportation of petroleum goods, Yape is being used for cement transportation. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the chiefs and people of the Savannah region, I express our heartfelt gratitude to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for delivering on his promise to create the Savannah region. Indeed, the struggle for this new region dates back to the reign of Yebewura Mahama Abu Kurabasu, the then overlord of the Gonjaland in the 1980s. And it was therefore a huge relief when the region was finally created. Mr. Speaker, let me also take this opportunity once again to, on behalf of the chiefs and people, invite all of you as part of the Heritage Month of March to visit the Moli National Park and the various tourist sites in the Savannah region to reconnect with nature and distress from the daily hurly-burly of life in the cities and towns. Spending a day or two at an ecotourism site like the Moli National Park, according to experts, refreshes the entire being of a person. And in so doing, we will also be contributing to the development of our nation. Mr. Speaker, the youth of the Savannah region, who constitute the future of the region, some of whom are privileged today to be in the public gallery of this august house, are determined to construct the infant region into an oasis of progress and prosperity. The Savannah region is ready and poised to contribute its quota to the forward march of our nation. Peaceful, united, serene, hospitable, and with vast opportunities, the region is ready for Ghana and the world. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.